Oh, is that on? Yep. Hey guys, hope you're alright. Okay. I've got to do some noisy things, and it's a bit early, to be fair. It's a beautiful morning though, I've got to say. What was it? Just after 5 o'clock this morning, it's getting light, which is brilliant news. Summer's on the way. Soon be time to drag that bike out. Yes, I am a fair weather rider. I've done all that. I've been there and done all that. Freezing cold, snow, the lot. Rode all through winters. No, I'm not up for that anymore. I like the sun shining. I think, yeah, the coldest I have ever been in my entire life. I'd done a off-road enduro once at Mallory Park. And like an idiot, I was the only stupid idiot that rode there. Everybody else trailered their bikes or put them in vans. I rode there. Done this enduro, and it was cold. They had to send a track vehicle around the track first to break all the ice in the water splashes, because it's thick ice. And it was absolutely freezing. My bike started playing up because of all the water and everything that was going in it. And I was absolutely soaking wet through, and I had to ride home. That was cold. I was watching myself turning white as I was freezing over. I think it took me a couple of days to get out of that position. Wow, that was freezing. Yeah, I like the warm weather to get the bike out. I've done all that. Anyway, on with this. So, it's just throwing up one more thing for me. It's proper making me work. Like I said in the previous video, this is proper making me work for it. So here's the one that was on it that we didn't realise was wrong till it was, well, sort of too late. So I've made the brackets on the bike for that to bolt to. The plate, the mounting plate. Now the proper one that actually works with all the plugs that were originally on the bike is bigger. So the old centres are probably 20mm different. So what I've got to do when it's a sensible time I can fire the grinder up is make sort of a little mounting plate for it. So the plate will bolt on where this was, and then we'll have a bit coming off it to line up with the holes on this one. It's only a really simple plate, won't take me long to do, but like I say, it's a bit early still to be firing grinders up. So yeah, it's still trying to throw little bits at me that, you know, I've got to do extra. Never mind, we'll keep going. So yeah, I've got the plug out the harness. That's all sorted. I've cleaned all that up, checked it all over. It's all fine, no breaks in the wires or anything. So that's ready to go in. That, I'll show you, that now plugs in. I'm not going to plug it in because it is a pain to get out. And that now plugs in. I'm only just going to rest them in there. Yeah, look at that. I'm so pleased with that. I'm so pleased we found some at my mate's place. He was tipping his shed upside down, he was, bless him, to find this. I kept telling him not to worry, but him being him, he keeps tipping everything out, bags out and everything. But yeah, eventually we got this, which is good. I'm glad he carried on tipping stuff out of bags and boxes. So yeah, as soon as it's a sensible time, I'll make the plate for that. We'll get that mounted, get it all plugged in, get the coil side of things wired up. And I do believe, I'm going to double check everything, I've got to do the kill switch. Someone did mention that, sorry, I can't remember your name again. I think a couple of people mentioned it. Because the Motor Gadget M button that's sitting in the handlebars is wired into the kill side of the M unit, we've now got to take the kill switch back to the conventional way onto the coils, which is no problem at all. We'll link all that in nicely as we wire all this up. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to get this wired, and then, yeah, when we've got a sensible time, make the little conversion plate for this to bolt in, and it's just a case of plugging it in. And hopefully today, I'll have the remainder of the stuff come, which is the horn and the ignition key switch. So today, it could be officially wiring finished. And then hopefully my phone will start making buzzing noises, and it's the guy with the forks to tell me to come and collect them, on which I will jump straight in the van and take a jolly up to Mansfield. Yeah, it's Mansfield. So easy trip up the motorway, go and collect them, and touch wood and everything, he's made a nice job of them. And if he has, if he's made a nice job, I'll share who's done it and give him a bit of a shout out. And if he's not done a nice job, I'll probably moan about it. That'll be most upsetting. Now I'm this far. Anyway, I'm going to get on with connecting this up, and then we'll get the plate made so this box fits. Let's get on with it. Okay, later on in the day now, moving along nicely. So we've got the coil side of the things all in place, all the coils wired up. Just got to bring this plug right up to there. Now that may need lengthening a bit. I don't know yet. I'm going to feed it through and see what we can get away with. Also, hold on, ooh, drop that. Also, the horn, so that will be going up there out of sight, but up the front of the bike. Also got little black rubbers for the starter solenoid relay thing that's tucked away right under there. It didn't have no covers on it, so yeah, I'm going to undo that and pop them on. Still waiting for the battery ones, but they're not going to hold me up. That's not a problem. What else have we got? Oh, ignition key, which is basically on-off switch. So that's sorted. We can get that in. Yeah, going good. What have we got to do next? Oh, the little bracket for the new box. I'm going to get these little bits on. I'm going to get the horn on. Going to feed this wire through, see if I've got to lengthen it in any way. Then we'll do the little bracket for the black box, the Sparky box. We're nearly finished. Woohoo! Right, let's get on with it. Right, bracket for the Sparky box. I've just thought of an easy solution. So the bracket was bolted to the original part of the bike it came off, because it would have been mounted in a side panel. Yeah, it's already got the fixing points for that. All I've got to do is basically cut all the extra bits off that I'm not going to use, drill 2 more holes in it that will line up with the bracket on the bike, and then bolt the new box to this. That shouldn't take too long. I've finished. Oh, at last, the wiring is done. Well, apart from plugging all these into the M unit, which is obviously a few minutes work, all straightforward, it's all labelled. That will just, as you know, let's go over here, just all drop into them when that's sat in the tail unit. And then the ignition key, which is that. That feels so good to be finished that. It really does. I am so happy. So now, this build is basically held up by the guy who's doing the forks. he said it was going to be the end of this week, but I haven't heard from him. You know, you got to take into account he could have problems going on, family stuff and things like that. So I'll give him another nudge on Monday to see where he is, see if everything's okay, and if it is, and then we'll just say, look, I need these back pronto. It's, you know, the build's sat here waiting for them. I don't want to do anything else on it, you see, till I've got it on both wheels and I can take it off this bench, because I've got to fit the exhaust pipes as well, as you know, and I can't do that while it's sat on these jacks because the pipe goes underneath the bike. So we absolutely need the front end in before we can take any further steps on this build. And I'm not going to put any of the bodywork on until I have done absolutely every single job that's got to be done, because the last thing we want is to clang, scratch, dent, ding, whatever, any of the tank or anything. So that'll be like the icing on the cake. Now we are close. Literally forks, exhaust pipe and bodywork. It's a bit frustrating really. So I was hoping I was have to have the forks for the weekend, and then I would have gone straight off to the painters and got all that, and this bike would have actually been finished this weekend. Never mind. We certainly broke the back of all the worst jobs anyway. Oh, it feels so good. I don't want to start the other bike because that we're going straight into welding and grinding and everything on that, and I've got a few other jobs where I've got welding and grindings involved, so I don't want to start them till this has gone out the shed, because yeah, I'm not chancing it. I'm not chancing anything that could put us in reverse gear on this build. Not now. So I'm going to have a mess about today. I've got my friend coming this afternoon. He's going to have a tinker about with his bike. It's the one we made the headlight brackets for. So he's going to be up that corner messing with that. And what I'm probably going to do, as a little bit of a break from mind-blowing wiring and bikes, I might have a mess with the next oil pump lamp, which is already down there in bits. You can see I've done the brass rods on it. So I think I'm going to have a nice relaxing afternoon messing with that. Get all the paint stripped off it, get it painted, and make another wacky base. I know that I've done the giant nut for the last one. I may even do that again for this one because people seem to like it. Who knows, unless I dream something else up. So yeah, I'm going to mess about with that this afternoon. That's sort of a day off, isn't it? Tinkering around. So hopefully come Monday, fingers crossed, we may have the forks, or like I say, we'll have to give him another nudge to tell him that he's sort of now holding the build up. Hope everything's all right, but we need the forks because we're about done. Anyway, that'll do for this video. We may catch something on the oil pump lamp in the next video, or I may get involved in doing things on my mate's bike. I have no clue. I'm just going to take the afternoon easy and enjoy it. Cheers for watching, guys, and take care.